to the boat comes back to the shore and drops the patients off and then goes back out for more. When the boat comes in with the patients, the rescuers on the jet skis will circle all of the other patients that are still in the water to protect them from things like sharks and to try to help keep them together.
Mr. Aaron Heller with positive feedback on how things are despite the 4 year gap of training since 2019 due to travel restrictions because of the pandemic.
The really neat thing about today is it's really a continuation of the training that we provided back in 2019 to our firefighters. We were here back then and we spent 3 weeks doing water rescue work. So today was more of a culmination of refreshing that and getting them ready for that exercise that's upcoming next week. So the neat thing about it is we came back 4 years later and the program was still in place. They had used their time wisely, they had invested in their training, and they've really honed their skills. So it was really remarkable to us as to how good they got over the last 4 years that we were away and during COVID and so forth. So we're very pleased with what they did, and they're going to continue to train on it. They'll need to do refreshers annually and do some other training, and they're just going to step it up. They've got a great foundation, and now they're going to build on that. So we're really excited for what they did and the professionalism and the way this crew is working. It's really been great for the last few weeks that we've been here.
This is Nuno Yasorle with your KVZK News.
The selfless service of the Society of Fa'afafine in American Samoa, or SOFIA's, in the territory has scored them a $10,000 donation from the Accompany business and founder Jason Keene. Here is more on this story.
The selfless service of the Society of Fa'afafine in American Samoa, or SOFIA's, in the territory has scored them a $10,000 donation from the Accompany business and founder Jason Keene. The Accompany recently launched a limited edition artisan capsule collection for soccer players consisting of a handmade soccer ball and athletic socks in line with the upcoming release of the Next Goal Wins this weekend. As a result, the Sofias who have been impacting the island with their community services and assisting young Fa'afafines were recipients of $10,000. In a statement, Sofia's acknowledged Gates Durbin and Jason Keene for selecting their organization as a recipient due to their excellent work for the local Samoan Fa'afafine community as well as American Samoa. Sofia's also acknowledged Yuki Kihara for directing a path for Kate and Jason that led to Sofia's. They also commended Jaya Sailua for her contributions to football and as a Fa'afafine. Jaya, the central defender and the first openly transgender pro footballer, was one of the subjects of the 2014 documentary Next Goal Wins that led to the making of the movie to be released this weekend. It is based on a true story of the American Samoa soccer team, infamous for their brutal 31-0 FIFA loss in 2001. Starring in the Capsule Collection's campaign video is Jaya Sailua, played by Kaimana in Next Goal Wins. She's seen running the field with the collection's colorful athletic socks and playfully patterned soccer ball. The original patterns throughout the collection were created by artist Yuki Kihara to reflect siapo, handmade bark cloth, one of the oldest Samoan cultural art forms which has been passed from generation to generation. In tandem with the collection, Accompany has made a $10,000 donation to the Society of Fa'afafine in American Samoa. Joyeta Fengai Mali'i with KVZK News.
Up next is your weather forecast. That's your evening news. Thank you for joining us. Have a good weekend.
Talofa, olo e mai mo mai le tautua le ala talua le KVZK TV, Pango Pango, America Samoa. You are watching KVZK TV Channel 2, Pango Pango, American Samoa.
Talo fatu Samoa la fa fong anga le sai au o pa ia mo mamalu o le ale o yeso salanga au ona au le sai au e misa le nganga o soi fa manu fo le sai mi sungai fo mai ma au le e so e ba so inisi fa tuanga malapa sa inga au wa o sa so ye pe il masina ne o novema e fa sa wai il tau singo mai suka o le sini na le nei masina pe ona fa lau I loa ina atu awa o ina ina ia pui pui mai ai asa e au ma ia ul fa le atu I sala vai mo tonga fitinga. Good morning, American Samoa. We are proud to be here today to give you more information to address the Diabetes Month of November. Our theme for this year is educate to protect tomorrow and access to diabetes care. Last week we had brought to you a presentation from our eye doctor as well as our internist. And today we are proud to have our cardiologist here with us, Elder Dr. Carter. And also his colleague, Dr. CH2. They both are working at our medical clinic, a very busy clinic, because we have a lot of diabetes patients in these clinics. For your information, molosi la fia la ole mai suka se mai e fatu pula ia I tele a fia ngol fatu. Awai se le so sanga an mai suka mal fatu manso fo yo o mai suka a fia o mai ala to sorcino a fia to ngorcino. I just wanted to say that diabetes is an independent risk factor for cardiovascular problems, and if a diabetes patients have diabetes, they will carry like 2 to 4 times the risk of developing heart conditions. So without further ado, I'm going to give the floor to Dr. Carter to say what they have in store for us, and then we will keep the talking going on and to clarify some of the things they both say for us today. Thank you, Dr. Carter and Dr. Tutele, for being here.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you. Yes, it is a great pleasure to be here to share some of the things we observe as medical professionals with diabetes on the island of Tutuila and in American Samoa. And we are all part of the medical team, as you said, that are helping to try to help patients identify and treat this. Last week, Dr. Kenna talked about the ABCs of diabetes. The A for A1C checking, B for blood pressure, and then C for, is that cholesterol? Yeah, those are things that are very important and that have the possibility of damaging our hearts and many other parts of our body. And that's what we're going to talk today about, is why it's important to be treating diabetes. So, Dr. Tuateli, do you have anything to add about that in the way of introduction?
Whafonga anga tātou atunu whatalo whatfo I tina matamama ai mesil tātou atunu le nei te mil tai au ua umana tala no atu le mataita I aloata o le whaautuina le nei masina o le ngase suka le utala no atu ia we are fortunate o le ava no Dr. Walker o Walker is aumale LDS missionary o la te ule o mai o ia na o le ngase e ngafamale ngase fatu o le la mo le ava no matetal no atu ai la fa mo montal no atu o ia le taua mo fufuanga o mala va ya fa inga le fatu I le ngase o le suka ia no fa so atu le isi vaenga.
Great. So what we want to talk about today in our theme is that diabetes is a silent killer. And the slide that we have up is a little scary looking. It kind of reminds us a little bit about the scarier parts of Halloween. But in fact, it's a very good symbol of what diabetes is, which is it's in the dark. We often don't know we have it. And it just stays there quiet until it causes often some very serious or even catastrophic health problems for us. So we're going now to explain why diabetes is a silent killer.
Yeah, pesa no asule suma for my fatu. Al mailer suka pe sa fa sanga wi po. Ele ngao ya ko ilan sao ai sawa pe esele ora sanga. Awa mai sanga mailer suka wa fa ina me ni rura. Ala so ni rura lo ai ta to ti ngao ta to ao o ta to lima. Me fa pena al mailer suka yes fale to me fatu wale la mona sanga the team out fat or no or Mario or Mario Suka Menata wine my suka a South and po a so I was trying to explain how that silent killer attributes to diabetes, because diabetes decreases the sensation of it causes a lot of neuropathy in the organs, and they might not sense the heart when somebody has an heart attack. So I'm trying to explain what you
right. Thank you.
No sina fa popo atu le saulanga loata ia me se foi saulanga la tawaka o le ngase le o le suka o le tele o te ime le iloa e sau fa no vole le po e te ia o ua o iloa e mo o e te asa ini a olo ia unga a le mo isi tangata le mo ia unga te ia o mo e se sau mo sisi me te sau e falmai a te mo atu o e mo suka o lisi me lenta lo no mai loata il ta o le me vole PPP ia eu au me se lava ia me mai lima ma tamai mai vai me que tau fa pertani no neuropathy e ta tele lava ta te suka a ese me fa pena a le lo a venisi me ia lo no vinga te le ala no e suka igo.
Great. So Jeanette, if you want to just go to the next slide. So what is it about diabetes that is so bad? Diabetes is an illness that can damage many parts of our body, most of them quite important or even essential to our function. As Dr. CH2 spoke about last week, it can damage our eyes, causing visual problems that can be permanent in many different ways. Diabetes can also damage our brain, frequently by the process of causing strokes, and that can eventually lead to dementia. It can damage our hearts and cause heart failure and heart attacks, As Loata and Dr. Tuateli just said, it can cause nerve damage, which makes it very difficult for us to function well with walking because we can't feel the ground. It can damage our kidneys, which can often lead to dialysis, and I would say the majority of our dialysis patients have had problems with diabetes that led to that. And then also dental problems and early dental disease. So if you want to explain that a little better in our native language here.
So no aso for mai mafala we lo aso for I sa no mo afia mato so ngatino masa mai fai ai se tulo se pa ia masiu chiu vai it's a left we leva no ai afia swai isulanga io for your family or dementia be afia fai ai la to we o van matua afia sele ia tulanga o loa sau se sai mi sa no atu for mai ni for tulanga ia afia ni ura pe on sa o afia ni ura wale la ngona le bebela por malulu me pa ia yo ao afia ia fonga o masa pe on sa sa no ai il vai asa o fando so nga umai o fatu ia ma ao ليس ميلي أو يلي الفعل عينه المعينة سكة فيها وما توصل أمة.
نحن فابوكو أتولي سونانا ألواتا وليسي ميلي لون لانتاتو سلايد لها ولي فاتوما por kidneys fa peritania na to sila fia foi o tangata umai dialysis o tangata wa faina o lato fatuma e mafua mai uma lava suka ale na suka la faina fatuma e foi so nga ngas ale tele o tangata la lo ni fa mal lato total temile va tule fa fonga la tunu ala na faina fatuma ona o le suka le o mantala no atu loata o mata o fai ai o nifo o fatu ia meo neuron bo nerves ia fatuma o meo mana ia faina ia afua mai uma lava i tangata e le controlling o lato o ngasi suka.
So often the questions that come to us, I think you'll agree with this, is patients say, but I feel fine. I don't have any symptoms. You're telling me my blood sugar level is high. And more than that, you're saying I could have all of these health problems. And they say, how could that happen? And on the next slide here, it helps us understand exactly that process. This is a picture of an artery. And this is not a healthy artery. In fact, this artery is heavily diseased. All of the yellow substance in that artery is built up from high blood sugar and cholesterol and high blood pressure, and even smoking can do this. So all of these things can team up against a person to cause artery damage. And if that artery damage happens in our heart, we have heart attacks and heart failure. If it happens in our brain, we have a stroke. If it happens in our kidneys, we have kidney failure. And if it happens in our legs or feet, we can actually lose our feet or legs. And many of us know family or friends that have lost a leg or toes because of diabetes. So it sounds like this horrible thing that can destroy all of our body, which is true, but it does it often by a single process, which is arterial damage. Maybe you could help explain that a little better.
Okay, sai mole fa pula ina mai o le mai o ala so pe ona usa ua sai mo fado o ala so la masia se le mai le suka man so fo o suka ele na o suka me la fa le ton o lo yai o lo ma walunga nga o lo yai ma to ma walunga o ila so fo e ura sa pa e tu la se le mai a fianga wala to fa pe foi suka so tu langa mai pe avea ya tu ya le suka to mo runga manga au ma me pe inflame mai pe matongi e so no ala to la mole ma alu le to au tanga ia tu le ata le pe fa tu mulia nga ma me fai ngo fie ona motusia matafe atu I lalo resi ala toto ma pale ai se ala toto e la titi o na su la mai le melo stroke o se fatupe so o le afo io o le bena e sa u ai le o lo toto le o toto ma lunga ala I fuala au ma wala lo nga o ele to tsa ma fasa so I me ai nga o ma le suka ia sa I lalo se lau var se fulu se le temi ona o tulanga le tsa fa so fa perpele tsa so wala to so ia ai me se ala to se le ia sa la I fatsu ma fai ai o tulanga nai fai se tsa so mo le ndu mana ai a nga fa ma mai lo suka ta tu se le se se fa poponga
Se fa poponga le saunoanga loata a totanga ia tu le atalea tasi lava le me faina fa ngofia ele o le aktale o le artery po le vein tono tino tangata tato mafafaula le paipa te tu lo lava til tato se paipa tu ai foi le a tango tata le paipa e to uru mai le ele tonu telefo temi e to ale ele to tonu tu se le lava male le atale o tu mai nei lunga I o vai tato I me sama lai o me na nga o tino o to ai na fa pena le pe il paper a lai titi fo ale le avanona le failona alu le o pungi la na toto o ma fuanga na e tau ai o tato a me umana e amata mai suka toto maurunga tata e fie te le laula te pa ia e me se le tau sami tato me nga o me lei le colasso ia o lalo ifo lalo lei fa pea o me o mai ma fu mai a fa pea fatu le poloka ia e mo tato le heart attack por mai fatu a fa pea o le brain le poloka ia e mo tato le stroke por le tata foi o te o pe a tori si tu tino a fa pea le kidney lai ia me o poloka ia e mo tatou kidney failure le e tatou tangata le o I lalo lo fa mala tu o la tu toto o no o le waki ia kidneys ia me mulmuli ia e a faina foi o au pena mata no mulmuli atu te mi utanga ia tu
Then about 2 for the Interesting fact about Joshua Papu, he used to be a